I'll jump right into it. I know our time is valuable. So thank you for having me. Thank you, Murray and John, for setting this up, having us present to your members. There's going to be lots of value. I'd like, if there are any questions or comments during the presentation or workshop, please chime in and ask away. Highly encourage that. So we're in Deer Park, like I said. This is me. I'm Brian LeDonne. I'm an account executive at the company. Let's get started. Before I go over the agenda, what I'd like for everyone to do, whether you're on a desktop or your mobile device, take a look at what your business looks like online today. A lot of business owners, we find they looked at it a year, 2 years ago. They haven't looked at it recently. Maybe some things have changed. Take a look at it on the mobile device, because 65 to 75% of all visitors are going to be viewing your mobile website when they first engage with you or they're vetting your business. So there's two ways people are going to search for you. Number one, they're going to search for your company name. I met you at a networking event. You were referred by my neighbor. I'm going to look the company up directly. I'm going to look up PS Digital Marketing. So those are referrals, repeat clients, and past clients. We want to make sure that presence looks powerful and effective to convert that referral into a phone call or a form fill, and then a client, of course. The second popular way people are looking for you is not looking for you directly, but looking for the services or products you offer. So when someone is searching for that plumber, and I know there's a whole variety of different businesses on this Zoom meeting, so if they're looking for your product or business locally, that's something you want to be found as well. There is, I'll give you a lot of free tips on how to take advantage of those free first page Google results that you could generate business from. Today's agenda, there's going to be 5 items. Number 1 is your logo. Number 2 is your Google My Business page. Number 3 is reviews, the importance of reviews, how to generate reviews. Number 4 is your website. Is it mobile friendly? Is it convertible? Meaning, are you able to convert a click to a phone call or form fill? And the 5th, last but not least, my favorite, is marketing on Google, whether it's pay-per-click or pay-per-call. As far as your logo is concerned, I'm sure everyone on this phone call has a logo, which is great. There's 7 reasons why it's important. I'm just going to go down the list, and then I'm going to show you what you can do with your logo in the digital world. Number 1, it grabs people's attention. It's a strong first impression. It's the foundation. It separates you from your competition. It forces brand loyalty. It's memorable. Hopefully it's memorable. And it is expected. It's expected like a website. It's expected like a business card. So there you have it. This is KSK Garage Door. They have their logo branded on their service vehicle. Other areas you may want to brand yourself if you're not in this, servicing homes and you're in more of the professional industry. On your social platforms, number 1, obviously your website. Number 2 here, this on the right side is his Google My Business page. This is his LinkedIn. This is Andy Saboti. He's a professional golf instructor. I don't know if anyone heard of him. He's based out of Nassau County. But we have his branding on his LinkedIn page, and this has got to be his Facebook page. This one here, everything's local, I'm showing you folks. They're based in Sayville. This is obviously a Taekwondo studio. What we did here was Facebook and Instagram have their profile pictures where it's kind of circular. So some logos may not fit in that circular, or it will fit, but you won't be able to read it. So therefore, we recommend just kind of restructuring that logo to kind of fit that space without losing the branding, without losing any content behind the logo, just more of a repositioning of it or a reformatting of your existing logo. So those are some ideas what you can and you should do with your logo. If anyone on the phone call needs a logo just to be resized accordingly, just shoot me an email with a vectorized logo. We'll take care of it for you, no cost, and we'll get you branded out there on those different platforms, whether it's Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, your website, so on and so forth. Next up is Google My Business. Google My Business page is huge. It's a free map listing. I'm sure most of you have it already. I'm not sure if you're optimizing it, or I'm not sure if you have control over it. Maybe an agency created it for you years ago, but they have full control, and you can't really reply to reviews. So this is what a Google My Business page looks like when someone's searching directly for you. For example, PS Digital. So we're looking for PS Digital. There's on the right-hand side of the search engine results page, you're going to see our Google My Business. It basically has all the pertinent information to get in contact with us, and it has the website, the directions. If you're brick and mortar, if you're home-based, don't worry about it. You could hide your address. You could put the service area instead. You put your hours of operation. And more importantly, you could generate reviews and reply to those reviews. Yesterday, we just received a phone call from a pretty big company in Brooklyn. Owner lives in Merrick, did a search, found us online on the map listing, saw the 71 reviews, called us up, and we signed a deal yesterday. It went very quick. I think he called Monday. We finalized it on Tuesday, and we're currently doing some big business with this company in Brooklyn, and they have targeting Nassau and Suffolk County, all that good stuff. So it's really important to get control of this. It's your first impression, and to make it represent your business the way you represent your business. If anyone doesn't have access to it and needs help getting access to it, give me a call, shoot me an email, shoot me a text. I'll help you out with that. No problem. There's 13 things you can do, 13 items you could use for optimization purposes on your Google My Business. Number one, obviously claim it. Make sure you're the primary owner. There's a button there's a users button, and I'll show you some examples. I'll show you some live examples of, I'll just kind of show you Andy Sabota. Okay. I'll show you a few live examples of the back end of the Google My Business page a little bit later, but you want to collect and respond to these reviews. You want to complete every section, cross your T's, dot your I's, don't leave anything out. Make it very robust. This way Google will serve your map listing higher than someone else. There goes your name, your address, all primary, secondary categories. That's just the type of business you're in. The applicable attributes. It'll just say if you're like maybe parking, restrooms, stuff like that. There's a form, complete from the business. I usually grab this from the website, a little brief description about your business. And you could post once a week on this platform as well. I'll show you, just like Sabor de Arte, he posts, this is his map listing here. He has 113 reviews. If I click his reviews, he's replying to all of the reviews. He has pictures, very engaging. We'll cross that. We'll touch upon reviews in, I think, topic number 5 or 3. But here's postings down here. You want to typically post once a week. Whether people are going to read it or engage with it, it doesn't really matter. You're basically optimizing your website by posting on this platform. Chef Matthew Alexander, he does it the correct way. He does a post, and this Learn More button is a link to his website. I click this, it's going to go to his website. So that's one of the reasons why you want control of this, so you can actually start posting, replying to reviews, making sure your information is correct and accurate. Moving on, what else you got? Publish, upload photos weekly. There is a section where potential customers could ask questions, and you just want to make sure you're able to answer those questions by having access. You could add products or services. There's a messaging feature that's available on the mobile devices. It's something you have to set up on your mobile device. Whether you have an iPhone or an Android, you should download the Google My Business icon, sign in, and you're going to go to this part where it says messages and customers, and then you could enable this feature where people could actually text from that platform, and you'll get it sent to your mobile device. A lot of our businesses are getting these text messages from their Google My Business page. Our clients are engaging. They have the app downloaded on their phone. They're replying very quickly, and they're getting business from it. Google My Business is a free platform. I looked at a few businesses part of this association. I saw a few with some very nice reviews. I saw some people that didn't have their map listing claimed. It's good to get it in order to have that powerful and effective first impression. There's also a section nowadays with the COVID-19 updates. You want to fill this out accordingly. If your hours have changed, what precautions you have with regards to your establishment, what you're doing to make people feel comfortable engaging or even visiting you. So that's another important part or piece of the puzzle that is engaged with Google My Business. Is there any questions about your Google My Business page?
Oh, hi, this is Karine. I'm driving, so I'm not going to get into the chat room. Can you tell us, like, do you do services to help with folks who have challenges or things? Because one of the things, if you're talking about, setting this up, one of the biggest thing is where you have to verify, or if there are different reasons why it's not working. And I think, is that something that you folks do or help with? Because that's a big problem, not just with Google, it's with Facebook, all these companies, they give you these options, but if you're not able to navigate it, there's some setbacks to it.
Yes. So, Corinne, to answer your question, anyone on this meeting today, part of the organization, needs any assistance with their Google My Business page or their Facebook business page, whether it's formatting or even claiming it, optimizing it, sure, feel free. It's completely complimentary from PS Digital. I spearhead the Google My Business page. We have a social department that would be able to reformat your logos accordingly. So, yeah, that's something we're offering complimentary. No problem at all. Okay. All right. So thank you for the question, Corinne. The third item is reviews. Like I said yesterday, Monday, like I said earlier, we received a phone call on Monday regarding our reviews, and that's why we're able to land lots of business from the Google My Business page, coupled with the reviews on that page. So why they're important, when people do a search for you on Google, you're going to come up on the right-hand side. If I'm looking directly for you, for example, if I'm looking for, I'll use the Chef Matthew again. I don't know, I think I'm a little hungry, but let's just see Chef Matthew on the left side. Okay. On the left side, if we do another search for maybe S and S Roofing and siding. On the right-hand side, now this is A&S. This is a bad example, but do a search for your company. Not only look at what you look like on the right-hand side, but also look at how you come up organically. Okay, so it's S&S Construction. This is what they look like there. Google My Business page. Wow, it's powerful. 18 reviews, 4.8. They should have more, but that's fine. On the left-hand side, here too, people are going to look. Do you have 1-star review on Yelp? This needs to be addressed. Angie's List, he's got 1 review, 5-star. Okay, this. So overall, if I was referred, if someone referred him to me, I'm looking at it, the Yelp thing is something the client or SNS should address and get that average at least above 4.0 in my book, minimum 4.0. So that's what it looks like from third-party review sites on the search engine results page. This is a section, there's going to be 4 items here. I think this is pretty obvious why reviews are important. They build trust, and there's a bunch of statistics here. I'm not going to get into every one, but what I care about is what your reviews look like on Google, on the other third-party search engines out there. If they're not above a 4.0, it's something I would take very seriously and get that address. We had a restaurant, Lamia's Pizzeria in Bayport. He had a 3.8. Lamia's had a 3.8, and he just bought the business, I think, a year ago, Frank. And he is doing very well nowadays with the takeout, with the catering, with the delivery, of course. But he was able to get his reviews from a 3.8 or 3.9 to a 4.5, and he's seen a big increase in business for this local pizzeria. So it does have some dramatic effects on your business, and you can actually, something you can take advantage of either today, tomorrow. And one thing I would recommend, doing this with lots of different colleges and chambers and associations, you have a pretty nice sized group here. Everyone on this group could go to each other's Google My Business page and write a 5-star review and say, hey, I know Elliot. Elliot is he's professional. He's on. You don't have to lie and say, oh, I used him for my he got me out of this case and he made me tons of money. I know Elliot, part of a group. He's professional. He's reliable. I highly recommend him. And give him a 5-star review. If everyone did that in this group, you're looking at an additional 16, 20 reviews on your Google My Business page, and that's something we could do today, tomorrow, or so how to ask for reviews. Obviously, when the customer's happiest, you don't want to ask your unhappy customers. All common sense. Ask after the service is completed. You want to have a couple of items that make it easy for people to find your Google My Business page. So we recommend putting it on your website. So if we go back to, let's go to Lamia's. He should have a button on the bottom, review us on Google. So if I click this, so he could just drive everyone to his website. I already wrote him a review, yes. But if you're asking your client, just say, go to my website, and you'll see a button that they can click, and it takes them right to there. If anyone needs that link, feel free. I'll provide that link for you for your own business, and you could just embed that on your website as well. You want to kind of make it easy as possible for people. When you're responding to reviews, this top right section, number 3, you always want to reply. Your potential customers, they love the engagement. If you're a business owner, you want to show that engagement, show that appreciation, show that you are paying attention to your online presence. It only would enhance that person's view on your business and how you operate your business. Mention the exact service, kind of get detailed if you want. Invite them to share on their Facebook page, Instagram, LinkedIn, etc. You could share the review yourself. You could have a testimonials page on your website and kind of have a whole nice list. There's some other products out there that you could use from third parties, and I'll just show you one of them, like our website. If you go to a testimonial page, this here, we have a platform we use that gets embedded on our website that just has a scrolling list of different reviews that are currently live based on 86 reviews, 5-star. So, and then if they click this, they could leave a review as well. So there are third-party review platforms and review and reputation platforms out there that you can take advantage of. It definitely helps generate reviews, or you could do it on your own and do that the free way. There is effort involved. It does take time. Negative reviews. I think people nowadays they'll look for you if they have something bad to say instead of looking for you when they have something good to say. So just make sure before replying to the negative reviews, not that you're going to get any, but if you do, just make sure you take the night, you sleep on it, wake up in the morning, and write back, and keep in mind the world will be reading or watching what you say. So just resolve the issue. Sometimes you can actually contact that person and ask them why the negative review and try to resolve it over the phone, and then they could go back in and change the 1-star review to a 4-star or 5-star. So that is an option as well. 5 ways to get more reviews. Automate reviews follow-ups we just discussed using a third party. These different review platforms have like a drip campaign where you could send it via text message or email. And if they don't write a review the first time, it sends them a reminder 3 days after, then another reminder 7 days after. You want to be persistent in the reviews, but not overly aggressive. You want to be persistent in a non-aggressive manner. They're definitely going to work wonders for you once you start getting, and I know there's a realtor in here. There's other platforms that these reviews on your Google My Business page you'll be able to build off of that, and I'll show you what that is and coming up. Add a review link in your email signature. You could email blast your customers with that link. Place a review badge I just went over. I'll show you another one. What it looks like. S&S Roofing and Siding. Figures, like for example, this. He has on the top right, he has a little banner here. If I click this, it'll go to his review. Social icons there. So that's the badge on your website. Incentivize your team to get reviews. There's a company, Sweeney's Pool. He's in Miller Place. His field workers, they finish up a client, opening, closing, whatever it is, and they're incentivized to engage with an iPad with the client after they're done and get that 5-star review while they're satisfied on the spot. And they actually walk them through the process as well. I think he has like over 200 reviews. So it's definitely working well for him. That's reviews. I think that's the third item on the agenda. Is there any questions regarding reviews, Google My Business, or your logo? It's pretty straightforward. Hey, Roberta.
You're muted, Roberta.
Okay, is that better?
Yep.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Thank you. Thanks so much. This is great. Is when you said before Google, review us on Google, and you showed the little thing at the bottom of the website. Is that the same as the Google review badge on your site?
Review us on Google at yeah. So, Roberta, to answer your question, hang on one second. Where am I going? Here's SNS. So this badge, you're saying, is it the same badge as like the Lamia's? Wait, say it again.
You had said before on at the bottom of the website, you showed an image, a place at the bottom of the website to click on for reviews. You said you could do it. Now,
Yes.
Is this the Google review badge the same? Is it the same thing?
Oh, the
Okay.
Google. Oh, you're talking about the badge, the Google Guarantee badge.
Oh, a Google Guarantee badge. Okay.
Yeah, there's basically there's 3 products Google has. Google My Business, it's a free map listing. Google Ads, which is pay-per-click, And then they have a third product called Google Guarantee, where you get a badge. It's pay-per-call. And that Google Guarantee, it's later on in the presentation, that Google Guarantee or Google Badge is only for select industries.
Oh, okay.
There's only about 25 industries that Google Badge or Google Guarantee is for, such as the home services industries, roofers, electricians, pest control, appliance, carpet cleaning. There is, ding, 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 for lawyers, financial advisors, and realtors. They just came out with it about 3 months ago. You could do a pay-per-call model. It's called Google Local Screened, and it takes these reviews from your Google My Business page, and the importance of them. The more you have, the more times you're going to be served up in different searches for your product or service. So it all kind of intertwines together. Did that answer,
Thank
Roberta?
you. Thank you.
Okay. But definitely put this little button on your website, because now you're driving traffic to your website. They're looking around maybe. They click the button, and then they could right away.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Roberta. Your website. This is awesome. Websites. You want them to convert. You want them to. You want to be direct. You want to have them call you. You don't want them to learn more. You want them to call you now, request a quote. You want to strike while the iron's hot. So make it very convertible. Lots of buttons. Get directions. Easy form fill. Not a whole bunch of questions. Just something simple where a person could put their name, their email, their phone, and what am I looking for? And it needs to be mobile responsive. At the beginning of the workshop, I just told everyone that, if I recommended everyone take out their phones and take a look at what your website looks like. Hopefully, and I'm sure a majority of them are mobile friendly, mobile optimized. If they're not, that's a problem. You definitely want to address that. You want educational content. You want to be the authority of your product or services. You want the service, you want to let your potential customers know the service areas you provide. You could even have a page for called service areas and have a map of Long Island. You do Nassau, Suffolk, or whatever not the East End, whatever the case is. I think Justin contact, like here's his service area, Nassau and Suffolk County in red. So this way people aren't calling and they could just find this information on your website. Call to actions. You want lots of buttons on your mobile version. I know before I'm going to a meeting, I'm on my mobile phone in my car, and I'm looking up the address, and I just want to hit button. Nowadays, people are so impatient. They want everything at their fingertips. So you kind of got to play that game. If you're not, your competition is. So just make sure you have call now, get directions, maybe even a button on your mobile device. Leave a review, request consult, where it takes them to a form fill. Just one quick buttons so they could just press. Availability and scheduling. Andy Sabota, he has on his website, he has a third party. Here goes we could just schedule on his website. It's kind of making it easy. I could go out. I don't want to go out now. However, I do cycle in this weather, but not golf. So if I want to schedule something with Andy, it's just pretty easy on his website. So sometimes they don't even have to call, especially if it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. It's just inappropriate to call someone, so they could just, give them that option. Build trust, reviews from third party. You can have a testimonials page, strong visuals, pictures say it all. We have another website. It's called Home Design. And this site, depending on your business, you know, you want to have these, you just want to have those pictures. Not much content here. Just lots of pictures. Content from the founder, yes. So depending, I know there's a variety of businesses here, and I had about a half an hour this morning to take a look at the variety of them. So some of this information pertains to you, some of it doesn't, some of you are doing it, some of you are not, but it's just very fundamental. This workshop was developed, the foundation. This will definitely help you when you start doing advanced marketing. Having this stuff all buttoned up is going to just enhance that marketing moving forward, the efficiencies of it all. So you want promotional videos. Nowadays, YouTube, you should have a YouTube channel, a brand channel. You should have. You could embed that on your website, whether it's tutorial videos, whether it's informational videos, whether it's about your services, maybe your services in action. Know who has a really great video? Actually, where's my mouse? Anthony's Reglazing. I mean, people say 30 to a minute. I think their video is this video here. Definitely, I'll lower it. It's just when we'll listen to it, but this is them
How are you?
doing the whole reglazing.
Everybody okay?
Yes. I asked the same question.
So,
That's okay. No,
Someone's on.
I'm bad enough half the time now when Carmen leaves, I'm at a meeting. I don't even say goodbye.
Rebecca,
Yeah. Any questions?
Roberta, you're on mute. You're unmuted. We could totally hear the whole conversation.
There she goes. Mute. She's mute. So the promotional videos, you know, link your YouTube channel. Make sure it's a brand account. Are you qualified? Put your credentials. You're part of different organizations, chambers, whatever the case may be. Specials and coupons. This is huge. Have a pop-up. I mean, when we take on the client, the first thing I ask them, what kind of offer do you have? What kind of promotion do you have? Because we want to put that on the home page. We want Anthony's Reglazing, I think you saw that on. It's just something that will make it quicker for them to engage with you. Everyone's looking for a deal. You know, just make sure it's something powerful, you know, thoughtful. Offer online chat. That's going to come from a third-party widget where you'll have at the bottom right if someone's, you know, looking to engage with you right away via your website. Make sure it's a great user experience, strong professional design, and ongoing maintenance plans. Depending on your business, you may want to let people know that you have different plans, option 1, option 2, option 3, moving forward. If you confuse, you'll lose. So just make it very simple, your website. Tell people what you do. Be clear, be direct. Tell them how to get in contact with you. Show off your credentials. Make sure it's mobile optimized. And, you know, keep in mind, your website is where you drive all traffic to, is to your website. Whether you're doing social sponsored ads, Google AdWords, whether you're doing email marketing, the website is the hub of your business. So just make sure you know what it looks like on the desktop, on the iPad, and more importantly, on a mobile device. And mobile device, 65 to 75% of people are viewing you on the mobile. That's the first thing we do, is do the mobile device formatting, make sure that is buttoned up. Oh, hang on, how do I go back? Any questions on the website?
I have one. Regarding websites, how important is it to have, not taking into consideration the responsiveness or whatever? I looked at a number of websites where they look dated, you know, like it was originally created 20 years ago versus what we see as far as content, like in some of the examples that you presented. How important is it to have your website updated to what the current graphic design elements are? And does that have an effect on business or attracting business?
Great question, Fred. It is, the first impression is your map listing. Then when they hit your map listing, they go to the website. You have an outdated website, hasn't been touched in 20 years. It may not represent your business the way you want it to represent it. For a minimal investment to upgrade that outdated website to more of a modern look and feel, you're going to reap the rewards tenfold. And I say that because that new website, let's just say you do it January 2021, and it looks like whatever, one of those Anthony's Reglazing, that's good. You're good for like the next 3 to 5 years until something else changes and evolves, and you may want to update it at that point too. But I think just doing this for about 18 years, if the website is just old, maybe some buttons aren't working, people have that first impression. If they don't like it, they're going to bounce off your website and just maybe move on. I wouldn't chance it. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not worth the chance of them not feeling warm and fuzzy with how you look online. Same thing with a business card. The business card is, as long as it's designed properly, it represents your business as professional, it's very thoughtful, that goes a long way. So I would recommend in giving that website a facelift. Maybe it's on a slow platform. Maybe it needs to be upgraded on a faster platform. Maybe it's not mobile optimized. I mean, if those are the cases, it's paramount that you do that kind of ASAP. I always tell people this too. You could count the amount of referrals you do get, but you can't count the ones you're not getting. So why leave room for any error or any websites? It doesn't break the bank. There's lots of cost-effective websites out there that you could take advantage of, especially if you already have the content. So hopefully, Fred, that was good.
Yes, thank you very much.
No problem. Questions about websites? Boom. All right, next is pay-per-call. I guess the people that want to pay attention to this is anyone in these industries. And if you know anyone in these industries, pay-per-call is huge. It's Google's way of, came out about 2-3 years ago. Home Advisor and Angie's List, they do the pay-per-call model. They get leads. They outsource it to like one contract. They outsource it to 5 contractors. Whoever gets it, they collect $40 a lead, and good luck, guys. Go get it. Local service ads from Google is a pay-per-call model to compete with Home Advisor and Angie's List. The differences are this. It only goes to you. The phone call goes directly to your cell phone or business. The phone call has to last over 30 seconds. Every price is different for locksmith compared to plumber, to lawn care, to carpenter, to real estate. Your price per call depends on the industry and the state you're in. We're obviously in New York. But they do vary from state to state, vertical to vertical. And Google only charges you when it's a billable call. It can't be a solicitation, wrong number, a robot, out of your service area, something you don't provide or perform. Those are non-billable. So anyway, that's local service ads, and this is what it looks like. So first page, Google results page is here. I'm looking for a roofing near me. Your Google ads, which we're all familiar with, is over here, the ads, and then actually I'll just do a live example. So we can see the whole roofers near me. Okay, so here goes your Google ads. Commercial, roof, all pro. If I click this, we're going to cost them money. They're obviously going to take us to their website, and hopefully their website's strong enough to convert us. But here's your map section. Your Google My Business. This is what it looks like on the map section when they're not looking for you directly. And here goes organic, Angie's List, Home Advisor, Yelp, Thumbtack, S&S Roofing and Siding. That's good. Should be our account. Yeah, good. That's one of our guys. And here's some more ads at the bottom. Google local service, these 3 items up here. The Google guarantee. This is the badge I think Roberta might have been referencing. You got to get vetted by Google. Do a background check on you and the business. You get the green badge, and this is where the reviews are important. These guys, there's actually more. If I click this button, there's a whole host of these folks. This guy has 1 review, 164, 2, 212, 154 here, this. But the top 3 people, 207 reviews, you know, it has a little bit, reviews has a lot to play with this where you're positioned on the top, but no one's moving beyond these 3 items. There's a tracking telephone number. It goes to the business. And this is what the local service ads is. Above the Google ads. We recommend people do both. Now, it depends on the industry, because if we go back, I don't know how to go back. Oh, boy. If you're one of these lawn care, tree service, window, house cleaning, realtor, financial lawyer, countertop, junk, carpet, you know, you could play in this field. But if you're not, keep in mind it's going to be coming soon to your industry. It's just a matter of time. But that's what it looks like on the mobile device. There's only 2. And it's called Google Guarantee. What it means, the fact that you go through a vetting process through Google, if I, as Eagle Roofing, do damage to your home, Google says they're going to put their money behind Eagle, saying, if there's damage that Eagle does to my home, they're going to come out of pocket up to $2,000 of damage straight from Google to me if I can't resolve it with Eagle Roofing. So Google is actually backing these businesses. So there is a vetting process to become part of the Google Guarantee family. And people feel warm and fuzzy when they see the green check mark. Oh, it's a Google Guarantee. How could they go wrong? Google's backing them. So that's what that is. It's something to be aware of. Once again, it's coming to a vertical sooner than later. Realtors, financial, and lawyers just came out like 2-3 months ago. Be seen at the top of Google. Connect with potential customers when they need you. It's a simple way of communication through an easy setup app. There's an app, of course. You build trust with the Google Guarantee badge. You only pay for leads related to your business and the services you offer. It's pretty straightforward. If there is something you can dispute, we manage these campaigns. If there is a phone call that is not legit, or you're getting billed for it and you shouldn't be, there's a disputing process you could go about. They're easy to work with. Why advertise Google? Receive leads directly. Leads come in as phone calls. Badge premium promotion. Help build a great online reputation. Providers pre-screened. Identify eligible pro Google Guarantee symbol on their name. It's kind of what we just said. You said the weekly budget. There goes a disputing. Dispute leads if you receive a lead that's not valid. You could set the budgets. Let's just say your price per call is $50 a phone call. All right, I want 50 phone calls for the month. You'll wind up getting 50 phone calls for the month at $50 a call. So you could kind of budget that pretty easily. If you want 20, you get 20. Answer the phone. Has to last longer than 30 seconds. That's pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward. It's a pay-per-call model. We love it for plumbers, for tree service, for roofers. They do both. They do Google Ads and pay-per-call. They want to dominate that first page. So moving, is there any questions regarding the local service ads?
Yeah, I have a question.
Sure.
Is there, it's Shay, by the way, sorry. Is there a cost to have Google verify you?
Good question. No, they're not at all. Completely free. It's a free vetting process Google does. They do a background check on you, the business, certificate of liability insurance, and pretty much that's it. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks to get up and running. We can definitely help you out in the process, but no, it is it's free to get up on, to get verified.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for the question. So moving on is pay-per-click, Google Ads. Any business could do this. The more niche you are, the better it is for you. If you're in a very just obscure, just something everyone has competition, I get it. But if you're in a very, roofers have tons of competition, electricians have tons, and insurance companies have tons of competition. But if you're in a niche business, this is something that you should be doing. You could really target the type of searches where you want to show up on Google, the specific keywords that you think or that you know your potential customers are going to be searching for you in your own specific area. Your ad will show, a well-designed ad shows. It's going to describe what you do, how you do it. They read the ad. It answers their problem. You have the solution. They click your ad. Ad takes them to the website. Website's going to convert them to a phone call, a form fill, or a visit, or whatever the case it is, whatever goal you're looking to accomplish on your website. Pay-per-click, you appear on search like your Google search and maps. Tons and tons of searches. Basically, people ask, what's my budget? It depends on how often you want to appear on Google Ads. Depends on the competition. Depends on the geography. Depends on how many different services you want to show for. But you want someone to build this campaign for you. I wouldn't recommend. I've seen hundreds of businesses that do smart campaigns, and Google's out for themselves, for their best interest. They want as much of your money as possible. Yeah, they want to sprinkle in some leads here and there, but whatever you do, if you know anyone using a smart campaign, I highly recommend not. It's just not effective. It's not money well spent. You want to do the expert mode that you have full control over. You could manage your campaign a lot better, your quality score, your negative keywords, all of your extensions, and you could really wrap your arms around it that way. If you're not, if you need any assistance on that front, feel free. This is one of my I love Google Ads. You have to, certified Google Ads specialist. So if anyone wants me to take a look at their campaign, to give you some guidelines, or is it looking good or not, tweak this, feel free. Give me a call. Definitely help you out. Pay-per-click ads are an effective way, relevant, qualified traffic to your website when the people are searching for your product or service. Same concept. I showed you guys this on the live version. Here goes your pay-per-call ads up top. If it pertains to that industry, here goes your Google Ads, pay-per-click. Here's your map listing, which is your Google My Business page. And then organic. This workshop, we're not really discussing SEO. I mean, that could be a whole another hour-and-a-half conversation. Optimizing with backlinks and just getting you unlimited clicks in the organic section of the first page of Google. Google Ads could communicate information. Campaigns we build, Google Ads show the right message to the right user at the right time. It's just, it's a great product, but I will say this. This is a little advanced, the Google Ads and local service ads, but if you don't have that logo, that Google My Business, that website, those reviews, if you don't have those other 4 items in place, you'll be fine, but you won't do as well as someone who has those 4 other items perfected. I'm not saying 100% perfection, but just really elevated, because it's going to make this experience that much better, that much more efficient, and you're not going to be wasting dollars. At the end of the day, it's an investment that you do on a monthly basis, and you want to recoup that investment as quick as you can, without any error, without any mishaps. So there's lots of things you can do to control how you look on the front end. Any questions on, and I don't know people's level of expertise on these fields or like their knowledge. So if there is any questions, Google Ads or local service ads, feel free. Okay. You guys are good? All right. All right, awesome. Then we're kind of, I don't know how, I'll leave it open for some questions and answers. I don't know, Fred, how long I'm going for, but.
You're good.
Okay. Some other, some tips for 2021. And keep in mind, everyone, this is a workshop we do. This is the fundamental workshop. There are advanced workshops we do usually when we come back and when we get invited back. We take a consensus on what the group wants to hear about next, and we'll cater a presentation around that other topic. This is touching upon 5 critical, fundamental products that every business should have, and if you do have them, are you maximizing them to the fullest capabilities? I hope we were able to share some insight on what you as business owners should have. And I will say this, you should have ownership of everything. Ownership of your Google My Business page, ownership of your website, ownership of those reviews where you can reply to those reviews. And then Google Ads and local service ads as well. So ownership is key. Some tips for 2021, the COVID-19, especially, given the last year we've been dealing with this. Update the COVID-19 on your Google My Business page. Let people know we're actually dealing with a driving school right now, and our main thing is what the driving school is doing when you come into the online, when you come into class, the steps he's taking to, sanitization of his office, wearing masks, temperature checks. People want to know these items. So just make sure they have a place to go, maybe even put it on your website as well. The promotion is huge. That's number 2, the promotion or an offer. You could do a pop-up on that. You could put that on your Facebook business page, any offers you have. The emails, this is something, number 3 is something I like to do. Come like December when things slow down a little bit during the holidays, I go through my email, my Gmail, my Yahoo, my work thing, and just kind of clean up. I don't like looking at thousands of unread emails, and it's just kind of a fresh start. I try to tell my wife, but she doesn't do it, and I can't look at her emails. It's just overwhelming. Anyway. Clean your emails. What is this? Clean your office. Get clutterless. Clean the office. Just all common sense. 2 other items, which is pretty big here. Slightly touched upon your YouTube channel. Definitely want to start doing some videos where you could put them on your branded YouTube channel, and then obviously you'll link that to your website. You can link it to your Facebook business page, and it all stems from being the authority on what product or service you offer. And the more information, the more value you're able to provide, it just elevates your game, you get elevated in their eyes. So YouTube is great. If you need any help on that front in creating a channel, feel free. The other thing is Apple Maps. Probably about, this has been big for about 1.5 years now. Definitely claim your business on Apple Maps as well, especially if you're a brick and mortar. That coupled with your Google My Business, there's lots of free items here. Google My Business, reviews are free. Apple Maps is free. The YouTube channel is free. So this workshop was basically, generated around what you can do, very cost effective, to not have you retire in 1 year, but just to generate and drum up some really nice local business that doesn't. And if you hear, I got a couple of dogs in the background, so garbage man are coming, so excuse them. And what else is there? What else we got? All right. Well, thank you for your time. My name is Brian. Company name is PS Digital. We created the foundation because after dealing with during our dealings with businesses for so many years, we found that the Google My Business page wasn't set up properly. The website wasn't convertible. They had 1.7 star reviews, which was affecting the amount of people engaging with them. Also, too, they weren't set up on Google Ads properly. So we came up with this foundation, just the logo, Google My Business, website reviews, and Google is those 5 elements. Then you could take it all to the next level. Email marketing, text message, you could have app development. You could do, retargeting. We didn't get into retargeting on Facebook, remarketing on search, remarketing on Google as well with display ads. There's a whole other level of marketing you can do, but get the foundation solid, and this way your experience in moving forward will be that much more fruitful. That's pretty much, if anyone wants, I could keep going on, but if there's any questions, any topic that,
Okay.
or if you want to look at one of your businesses, I could pull up one of your businesses and do I don't want to put anyone on the spot, but if you want to rattle out who's that, Elliot? Who's that, Portman Law Group? You want me to look up?
Wait, before you do that, Roberta had a question. We got a few questions. So before you go into that example, let's hear from Roberta.
So it's not so much a question. Thank you so much for this presentation. It was absolutely great. I loved it. As a small person who can't afford anything, this is just wonderful for me. But I would like to make a suggestion for businesses that you deal with, something that you touched on and that I would like to reiterate very strongly. So our organization deals with people with mobility challenges and physical problems of various kinds. And the thing that you said about COVID and businesses cleaning up, the most important thing that we have found in talking to and communicating with the people that we deal with is that the more information that a business puts on their website or on their social media platform about what they are doing to make their customers feel safe is huge in terms of whether or not people want to go to that business. If people go to the website of a business and they will tell me that they didn't see anything on the website about it, they really don't want to go. And in my personal experience as well, if you go to a business that looks like it looked before COVID, you really don't want to go in there. So I can't stress strongly enough from a consumer point of view to all of you who deal with other business people or suggestions for the businesses that you deal with. It is so important to do that in this era, and it will be for a long time to come.
Yes,
Heck
sir.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jerry.
Yeah. Well, Brian, excellent presentation. I like that. I mean, right now, you mentioned the studio youtube.com, correct? Now, I do have I call it the Gmail account, but that's not going with my business with it, so I would have to create just another YouTube account under that business.
You could use, when you sign into your Gmail and your Google account, Jerry, whatever email address you're using, you click the YouTube, for example, I was actually just pulling up. So for example, I'm signed in as brian.ledonne@gmail.com here. So I just click this. Here goes my YouTube. I could go to my Gmail, my Drive, my calendar. There goes my Google My Business page.
That's where I have my Google My Business page, actually. And I think that's where I have it, my Google My Business.
So if I click this, I could go into. Do you want me? Would you? What? Am I on the right? What?
I see Google My Business.
Yeah. So this is the dashboard of the Google My Business page. But Jerry, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
Well, I guess my Google My Business is under my Gmail account, I guess. But when I go to YouTube, I don't want it to show as Gerald Schwartz. I would want it to show, like, if I did the YouTube videos, I want to show as Jerry the Geek, for instance.
Sure. So you could change once you brand your YouTube channel. You could change the name. It doesn't have to be Jerry Schwartz. It could be Jerry the Geek, whatever
Yeah.
whatever your company name is.
Okay, so I mean, but the email still Gerald Schwartz at Gmail. That on that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No one's really going to see that. No one's going to see your email address. That's basically just you using your email and password to log on to the Google platform.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm just curious. I mean, yeah. If you want to take a look, be my guest. I mean.
Sure. If you want to chat, we could chat offline. Jerry, give me a call.
Okay, no problem. I think your contact information's in the chat, right?
Yeah, it should be. I'll put it there.
Yeah, then they'll save the chat.
Yeah. And Jerry, it was nice speaking to you I think we spoke 2 months ago too, remember?
I think so. Yeah. So it's good to see you. Yeah, it's good to see you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like so many people. I'm sorry.
All good. And yeah, Roberta had a great comment about how important it is to let those potential existing clients, referrals, know what you're doing in this environment. It's just they need to know what you're doing in order for them to feel comfortable. So thank you for that. Thank you for bringing that to light once again. And I know Elliot had his hand waving, and I always usually we do these workshops for Stony Brook Small Business Development Center, Farmingdale. We do it for tons of chambers and the Bronx Chamber, Southampton. We do it live. And obviously we're doing everything Zoom nowadays, but I always like picking on people in the audience. Not picking on them, but just like using them as examples. And I think Elliot wanted to be the first victim here.
Crash test dummy.
That's so if I met this guy Elliot Portman at some group and I could use a lawyer, and I think it's Portman Law Group, so I'm going to look him up this way. So here's his Google My Business page. He has his picture here. Okay, great. I know what he looks like. No reviews, which is something I would definitely work on. And as far as a lawyer is concerned, we deal with psychologists, and they're always like it's patient, client patient. They can't really put their names there and stuff like that. So what you could do, Elliot, you could get this whole group here and maybe other groups or other associates or other people you do business with to have them write reviews for you. You don't necessarily need your clients to write those reviews, but you could have me write a review, have Murray, have Rich, have Fred, and so on and so forth. And just be honest with the reviews. I'm not saying lie at all, but just say, hey, give their personal opinion on you. And so what I see here is this. He has Facebook page. All right, so my first thing is I go to the website. We could put a logo here. And own this business. Do you have control over this, Elliot?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, fine. So this is the website, practice areas. To me, and this is just constructive criticism here. It does look a little, big links. It does look a little powered by website build, a little outdated,
Yeah.
but, huh?
Yeah, I did it myself.
It looks good. No, it looks good, but it's just a little. It could use a practice areas. And let me see the attorneys again. There. Okay, fine. Our firm. Yeah. Where are you located? Where's the location? Contact. So there you are. All right, you're in Hauppauge. Okay.
That should be on every page, actually.
Yeah, I was thinking on the who said, yeah, I agree. Like on the home page, it should kind of somewhere up top, but here it is over here. But it looks, it could. Let's go back over here. This. So one thing for Lloyd, the reviews. You have control over this. You can reply to the reviews. Let's just see your Facebook page. I think I saw it over here. Fine. Contact the map. Actually, it's funny. I have this. That's a mouse pad, Elliot, right?
No, it's an image.
I have the same. I have a mouse pad right on my desk. That's the same image. It's a huge mouse pad. It's pretty cool. Same exact thing. Contact us. Where's your services? You're missing a services tab. You could do. You have 63 followers. Yeah. You have things in place, which is great. You have the foundation in place. I think it's just taking it to the next level. Just those reviews, kind of completing the Facebook business page a little bit, something more, and the website potentially could take a look at. I don't know. Now, the one thing I would like to look at is Elliot, and this. Let's take a look at PLG I'm going to my mobile phone.
Oh,
I want to
compatible. It's, yeah.
It is?
It is.
Okay. I'll just take a PLG-NY.com. Go. Okay. It's mobile optimized, yep. Mobile device looks good.
Yeah, actually, it's better on the mobile.
I know. I was going to say the same thing. It definitely has a better. Up top there's no SSL certificate. I noticed as well. You're not selling anything on your website. Is it super important? It's something to have. So that's one thing I would recommend, an SSL certificate. Your mobile, there is formatting issues up top on the home page. In the header, the gap here, we all know about that. But yeah, I mean, if you did it yourself, I think it's you have the website and it's there, and you could take people there and.
So ADA compliant.
I saw that. Yeah. What do you think of it, Elliot?
Well, I figured it wouldn't get me sued.
What do you think of the overall website that you built?
Oh, it's my child. Can do no wrong. I've always used the website for informational purposes. I meet somebody, they want to know more information about me. So I never put a lot of effort into style, shall we say. That image that you see at the top, stole that from my former partners. Hey, I paid for that. And they're not using it anymore. They abandoned it. So fair game.
And one thing Fred, I mean, this, for example, is a law firm, just a little bit more to show the modern look to it, or what you can take it.
Yeah, I do one thing.
Huh?
I do one thing. So
yeah,
this whole idea of having boxes with the different practice areas is, I mean, I could have 2 boxes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just kind of throwing out some ideas for you. You're fine. You're fine the way you are. Maybe just the reviews or something, but. Oh, what is an SSL certificate? SSL certificate is just, it gives it like here, this little box, this lock. It's secure. It's basically from the server that provides, the server that's hosting the website provides a security lock on this website. So people know that their information isn't being stolen or used fraudulently.
But the question is, how do you get an SSL certificate?
Through your hosting provider. It's relatively inexpensive, Elliot. I think it's anywhere from 80 to 100 to $150 for the year. They'll put an SSL certificate on it.
And
GoDaddy
depending
has
upon
it.
who you use as a provider, they can even help you install it, set it up so that it covers your various domains. So like if you have lisp.com, lisp.org, if I put in the www versus HTTPS, you want to make sure that your hosting provider has it directing all of that. So no matter how they come to your website, it's going to show that that is a secure thing. He actually touched on a point that we're going to have a technology tech tip presentation coming up soon, which discussed this because there are certain things that Google and some of the other browser people are going to be doing coming up for security reasons, that if your website has links on it or that has content, it could be images, it could be graphics, it could be videos or anything like that, that are not coming from a secure location. In other words, what they call mixed content, secured content versus non-secured content. They are going to start flagging this stuff on your in the browser. And the one thing is that in your marketing or having your websites and having your things up there, that you don't want that to come up. Like I've gone to a couple of websites where Google just flat out, or a Firefox browser will flat out stop it and say, this site is not secure. So even though you may be able to get to it because you use it, it's in your memory, it's in your cache, or whatever the case is, it does play into how other people can get to your website. And if you're spending money on marketing and things of that nature, and that end of it, or those links are not secure, that may cause people just to like, okay, let me move on to the next guy.
Okay. And it looks like you have a GoDaddy site builder you used, Elliot. So you could just call it GoDaddy and they'll be able to get that SSL certificate on your website. They're probably hosting it. So you could go that route. But yeah, and actually Fred mentioned a great thing too. When you're doing Google Ads, if you're doing Google Ads and your website doesn't have that SSL certificate, your quality score won't be as high as it should be, therefore increasing your average cost per click. So there's a whole host of reasons why that you should just get this certificate and be done with it and move on. And this way you'll have no, it'll just be that much more efficient. Does anyone else want to, I hope that was helpful, Elliot?
Yeah, could you oh, wait a minute. Yes, thank you very much.
Anyone else?
One other thing, Brian, let me ask a question about the referrals and writing comments on your Google page and things of that nature. Are you alerted if somebody posts something like a review?
Yeah, always. If someone posts a review on your Facebook business page, if you have that alert set up on your phone, you will be notified. If you have that alert set up on your Google My Business page, you'll be notified. You'll be notified via email that you received a review.
Okay.
So it really, Fred, depends on the notification settings of your phone and if you have those apps downloaded or not. But anyone who has that Google My Business page who really takes advantage of it, get that app on your iPhone or Android, and you'll be able to manage it via the mobile device as well. And also to contact. And that's pretty much, this is the back end of a Google My Business dashboard. Here goes like posts. If you wanted to post something, here goes your info.
You got to move it to the other screen.
Oh, it's not on. What screen am I sharing?
You see your contact information. Thank you for your time today.
Oh, you guys don't see this now?
Now we do.
Okay. So Andy Sabota, this is your info, and this is like where the COVID-19 that Roberta brought up, staying connected, COVID-19, update service availability, update your business hours, post the COVID-19 update here. Here goes your insights. This is a whole nother discussion, how this Google My Business page is performing. You want to see the power of the power of a Google My Business page. I'll show you the insights for Anthony's reglazing. I mean, in the last quarter, he's gotten 74 phone calls and 234 visits to his website in the last 3 months for a free map listing he has. I mean, that's the power of it, especially for those local businesses. I know there's probably companies here do, across many different states. This may not pertain to you as much, but if you are that local lawyer, local realtor, local roofer, it's a game changer in the sense, it's free advertising, free marketing. Time is, that's what you're putting into it, is time.
Well, the idea is that, we as small businesses, even, moderately sized business, unless you have the staff to delegate the responsibilities of this, most people who are small businesses just do not have the time. So understanding how we can use these kind of tools to better, either save time or help in terms of marketing our business when, we're putting out fires every day. This helps our businesses a lot. And thank you very much for that.
And if anyone, and Fred, one last thing, if anyone needs any consult on the Google My Business Facebook page, how to use it, how to claim it, my photos, this, that, complimentary to anyone on the webinar today or the workshop today, give us a call, we'll help you out, and we'll take care of it for you.
All right, Brian, make sure that you have your contact information in the chat. We'll also send out some information to everybody. In addition, Brian, I know the event has been recorded, so that'll be up on the website. But if you could also send me a copy of this slide presentation, I think that would help everybody as well.
That'd be
Sure.
great. That'd be good.
Can I do a commercial for LIASB membership? If you've enjoyed the content today and you're not already a member, please consider joining. We have very reasonable membership rates for 2021. Please go to liasb.com for further information.
Okay. Just open it up to the group. If anybody has any questions or comments that they would like to present, please unmute yourself and either just go ahead at it and or I'll raise your hand and I'll let you know.
Yeah, I want to thank Brian for a wonderful job that he did today. That's great. I learned a lot. Okay. I don't know what I can incorporate them all, but I did learn a lot. Okay.
It can be overwhelming, but just take it step by step. I know everyone's busy, Fred. I get it. You have your own businesses putting out fires. Try to set some time aside because, I will say this: COVID-19 completely accelerated the amount of people going online. What could have taken 5 years, the amount of people in 5 years to start using the internet, getting an iPhone, going online, getting familiar, it just happened in 8 months. Those that people, or whatever it's been, 10, 11 months. For those, I see Shay laughing there. So so that many more people are connected. That many more people are shopping online. That many more people are looking online. So it's that much more important that your online presence, if you haven't looked at it before, you better look at it today because your competition, they've been doing this and I'm not saying anyone's doing anything wrong, but everyone's competition has been doing this for many, many years and they built this up. So if you're ahead of them, great. If you're with them, great. If you're behind them, you have some catching up to do. But don't let this fall to the wayside because everyone is here. Everyone's on the mobile device. That's where they are. You look around, it's crazy. You go out to dinner. Oh, I don't even want to talk about it, but everyone. I don't care how old you are. You're 15. You're 40. You're my father-in-law. Forget about it. Any chance he gets to whip out his phone, any chance. He's like I think 76, but. So anyway, that's where people are. That's where you need to be, and you need to look professional. And that first impression will determine a lot whether they're going to go to you or someone else. And I hope it's you. And if you need, and I think this group, one last thing, Fred, I think this group could, like even for Elliot, he has no reviews right now. If everyone collaborated and if everyone just sent out a link for Elliot's reviews and everyone could write a professional review for him and he'll wind up with 10, 12, 14, and that will kind of jumpstart that.
All right.
I just wanted to say something.
Sure, go ahead.
I think a lot of people have to understand that, one, when we all start a business, we have goals and assume things are going to be done in like 3 to 5 years. And life doesn't work that way. However, when you start going digital and you start doing things that you've never done before, understanding that we all need to have patience, because this is not just you set it up and then you walk away. It's something that has to be maintained, has to keep getting changed, because data changes every day. The way things are searched gets changed. So then you have to change also. So looking at it as another job, but a way to just going, this is not a project that I could get done in a year. Sometimes it takes longer than that to get it to the level that other people that have hired other people that can do this faster, and that's all they do. For one person that does it, like, I know I have to become an accountant. I have to become a lawyer. I might have them that do that. But at the end of the day, we all hold so many different hats that this is just another one that we just slowly put on our table and start ticking at it. We'll get there. That's all. I just wanted to say that part.
It's the old phrase. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. All right, everybody. Watching the time, we're coming up to the close of this. So if there are no other questions for Brian, again, the recording of this and the slide presentation will be posted on our website. In addition to all the other presentations that we've done over the year. So again, if you're a member and you cannot access it, Brian, could you do me a favor, unshare or stop sharing?
I got you. Hang on a sec.
So that I can.
Wait. Let me. Where the heck? Pause. Share. Stop share.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I believe so. Hold on. Just got to get back over here. No, you're still there. Anyway, there's on our website in the upper right-hand corner. There's a little person, orange icon. Click on that to log in. Once you log in, any content on our website that is for members only, you have access to. If you do not, again, email either myself, John, and we will make sure that you have your log on information. Final programming note, our event for February 10th, is on business lending fundamentals, securing a business loan during the current economic times. Again, that is posted on our website. You can set up for that. And moving forward, as I mentioned earlier in this presentation, the registration for all our meetings will now go through the Zoom, through Zoom. So when you register for the event, you will immediately get the link and the download, the calendar link for that meeting, so that things like what happened this morning will no longer happen in the future.
Thank God.
Okay. John, you have any final closing remarks?
No, I just want to thank Brian for an excellent job. That's a great job, Brian. I certainly learned a lot.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, listen, have a great, prosperous, and safe day.
Fred, real quick, I made you host. You're going to have to stop the recording.
Okay. The recording will end once I end the meeting.
Okay.
But since I can do that right now, let me just do a quick share so I can show everybody the button that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Is this little guy up here. When you click on that, you can log in using your username and password that we provide, and you can get on and see all the content. To see all the recordings, we just want to go down to resources, view previous recordings. And again, here you will see anything with MOC at the end of it is members only content, and you need to log in order to see that. But here we have a list of all of the previous recordings that we've done, and this list will just keep on growing. All right. So again, I want to thank everybody for participating in this event, and we look forward to seeing you all during the next one.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks again, Brian.
Thank you for having